Before I begin, let me inform you that if you haven't had the opportunity to watch this anime yet, after viewing this video, you will absolutely fall in love with it because this anime is truly extraordinary. In this anime, we observe an enormous skull, which belongs to a formidable monster, and atop it is a statue of the first wizard king who heroically defeated this monster. Adjacent to this skull, there's a church, and one day, the father of the church discovers two small children at his gate who have been left there by someone. The father realizes that both children are orphans, and he brings them inside with him. The names of the children are written on their t-shirts, among which one of the children is exceptionally calm and sweet-natured, named Yuno, while the other is somewhat mischievous and tends to do peculiar things. He is the central character of our anime, named Asta. Then we observe that 15 years have passed, and Asta proposes to Sister Lily from his church. He tells her that he aspires to become the Wizard King when he grows up and promises to keep her extremely happy, asking her to kindly marry him. To which Sister Lily responds that she has told him numerous times that she cannot marry him, but Asta remains very persistent and continues insisting that she marry him. Lee becomes exceedingly irritated with Asta and employs her magical abilities to deliver a water punch, which effectively knocks him out on the spot. Sister Lily approaches him and inquires if he's alright, and at that moment, several other children from the church gather around and tell Sister Lily, "You made the right decision. Whenever he troubles you, just give him a couple of water punches." Despite this, Asta regains consciousness and resumes bothering Sister Lily once more. However, this time, Yuno arrives and uses his magic to knock Asta down once again. Asta rises with anger, rushes over to him and demands, "Why do you consistently interfere between me and Lily?" Yuno says to Asta, "Look, first of all, you make too much noise. Second, your hat is too small. Third, you're not very smart, and Sister Lily is a nun in this church and nuns can't marry. Can't you even understand that?" Asta gets very angry and says to Yuno, "Not in free fire today, I mean in a real fight." To which Yuno replies, "I don't want to waste my time going one-on-one with you." Asta says, "Are you scared?" At this point, a kid named Max says, "How can you even think that you can defeat Yuno in life?" Asta says to Max, "What's your problem? Kid, why don't you ever show any respect towards me?" To which Max responds, "Not at all. I cannot respect someone who, even at the age of 15, is unable to use magic. In fact, Asta possesses no magical abilities whatsoever. Asta resides in a world where everything is fundamentally based on magic." Without magic, Max tells Asta, "How can you even contemplate defeating someone as powerful as Yuno without any magical abilities?" Asta replies, "Well, if Yuno is so incredibly strong, can he do this?" And then he begins doing crunches at an impressively rapid speed. In reality, Asta is unable to use magic, so he engages in physical exercise to make himself physically stronger. He gets physically strong. Max tells Asta, "You can't become a Wizard King by just doing crunches, as a Wizard King is a powerful magician, not a bodybuilder." Meanwhile, Yuno dries Sister Lily's clothes with his magic. Seeing this, all the kids run away, and Yuno also dreams of becoming a Wizard King like Asta. Sister Lily thanks Yuno for his help, making Asta feel envious. He quickly runs to chop wood so Sister Lily will thank him too, but before he can, Yuno cuts it with his magic. Yuno likes showing off in front of Asta. Max says, "I'm sure the next Wizard King will be Yuno, not you, Asta." Just then, the father arrives and starts praising Yuno, saying that Yuno will surely bring fame to this church one day. Asta becomes sad and goes to sit alone in a corner. Sister Lily comes to him and says, "Don't be sad, Asta. In a few days you'll receive your grimoire and then you'll be able to use magic too." Hearing this, Asta becomes happy, stands up again and says, "Just watch, Sister Lily. I'll get the best grimoire in this world and work hard to become the strongest. Then one day, will I become the Wizard King?" A grimoire is actually a magical book with 3 leaves that everyone receives at the age of 15. After obtaining it, people's magic increases significantly and they can also use magical attacks. Asta tells Yuno that when I get my grimoire, we will practice together like we did in childhood and become very strong together. But Yuno ignores him and walks away. Yuno does not consider Asta to be his equal, which makes Asta very sad, and he leaves as well. Sister Lily comes to Yuno and tells him that he shouldn't treat Asta like that. To which Yuno says, "As long as I'm here, Asta can never become the Wizard King." Sister Lily thinks that Asta might have gone somewhere to cry quietly because he left very upset. But our Asta doesn't cry. He's training here to become stronger and to make his dream of becoming the Wizard King come true. A few days later, Asta, Yuno, and many other children who had turned 15 go to the Grimoire Tower. Asta is very excited to get his grimoire because now he can finally use magic and compete with Yuno. There are also children from 2 noble families who make fun of Asta and Yuno. They are ridiculed because they are impoverished. Just at that moment, the master of the Grimoire Tower arrives and warmly welcomes everyone. Asta is extremely excited and overjoyed. Then the master casts a magical incantation and everyone's grimoire flies to them automatically. Everyone is absolutely delighted to receive their grimoire, but Asta doesn't receive any. Asta inquires if his grimoire is delayed and wonders where it could be, which causes everyone to laugh at him and mock him. But then Yuno receives his grimoire, which is an exceptionally rare 4-leaf grimoire. It is exceptionally rare. This very same grimoire is also associated with the first Wizard King. Observing this, everyone is utterly shocked as to how Yuno, who isn't even from a noble lineage, managed to acquire the 4-leaf grimoire. Yuno turns around and confidently tells everyone that he will become the subsequent Wizard King. The king and everyone else begin to praise him, but then Asta stands up and declares to Yuno, "No, you won't. I will become the next Wizard King." At which point everyone starts laughing at him and mocking him once more. And Yuno, disregarding it all, departs from there. After this, Asta, hanging upside down alone in the forest, he feels a bit sad because not only does he lack magic, but now he hasn't received a grimoire either. However, despite all this, he doesn't give up. He gets up and says, "So what? Even if I didn't get a grimoire, I won't stop working hard. One day, I will definitely become the Wizard King. Just wait, Yuno. I am your rival and I will prove it to you." But then he hears a voice, "Here, we see these two bullies come to fight Yuno and say, 'How can someone as poor as you get a 4-leaf grimoire and we nobles don't? I will burn yours.'" And he unleashes a magical assault on Yuno, but Yuno adeptly defends himself without even utilizing his grimoire. Observing this, both of them are taken aback by how incredibly strong Yuno is. But then out of nowhere, some chains appear and ensnare both of them, and then a man arrives who states, "Are you both out of your minds to want to destroy such a rare and valuable thing?" Yuno inquires, "Who exactly are you?" To which he responds, "My name is Snake and I desire the item you possess." And then he employs his magic to capture Yuno and also seizes his 4-leaf grimoire from him. Yuno exclaims, "Snake! I've heard your name before. You're an exceptionally strong and well-known thief, but you must be aware that this grimoire can solely be utilized by its original owner." To which Snake responds, "Indeed, I am aware that your grimoire cannot be wielded by anyone else, but I will earn a substantial amount of money for this 4-leaf grimoire on the black market, and that is precisely why I am taking it. I apologize, but your aspiration of becoming the Wizard King concludes here." And then our Asta arrives, stumbles, and embarrasses himself, yet still manages to stand up and declares, "How is it possible for you to possess 2 green grimoires?" Yuno asserts that one of them belongs to him and urges him to flee swiftly. This is exceedingly powerful. Then Asta comprehends the entire situation and demands Snake to quietly return Yuno's grimoire. To which Snake chuckles and remarks, "Aren't you the one who couldn't even obtain a single grimoire?" Asta responds, "Indeed, I'm the one who didn't receive a grimoire, but I'm also the one who will become a Wizard King someday." Saying this, Asta charges towards Snake. Yuno cautions, "Don't engage him, Asta." Snake launches a magical attack on Asta, but Asta skillfully evades the attack and positions himself behind him. Then Asta is just about to land a punch on him, but the snake's chain ensnares him, and subsequently, the snake employs his magic to inflict severe injuries upon Asta. Asta contemplates internally, this is merely a thief, so how is he so incredibly strong? And if a thief possesses such strength, then how formidable would the Wizard King be? Then the snake hurls him against the wall and approaches him, saying, "Open your eyes, kid. You couldn't even dream of defeating me in 100 lifetimes." Asta reflects internally that he is correct. Regardless of how much I train my body to become stronger, I can't defeat him. The snake... He chuckles and remarks, "With my chain, I possess the ability to measure the amount of magic someone possesses, and you don't have even a trace of magic within you. That's precisely why you haven't received any grimoire, because a grimoire amplifies magic and you have none whatsoever. You can't even perform a regular job, let alone aspire to become a Wizard King. It's a disgrace to your life. You're a complete failure." Upon hearing this, Asta feels shattered internally and begins to think that he's entirely correct. "I don't have any magic within me. I lack magical abilities, nor do I possess a grimoire at present, so how could I possibly become the Wizard King, the most powerful magician in the entire world?" For the very first time in his life, he was on the verge of surrendering, but then Yuno exclaims, "Oh no, I am certain that Asta won't become the Wizard King because I will be the one to take on that mantle." However, Asta is not a failure. He is my rival, and he possesses a unique magical power, which is the power to never give up. Upon hearing this, it's as though Asta's spirit is revitalized. He commands the snake to move away from him, and the snake complies, retreating from Asta. A strange energy begins to emanate. Asta tells Yuno, "Don't worry, Yuno, I won't let this man take your green war, even if it means I have to die." Asta's own grimoire flies to him, which is not just any normal grimoire, but a 5-leaf grimoire, the only one of its kind in the entire world. Meaning it's even rarer than Yuno's. In the world, there are 3 types of grimoires. The 3-leaf grimoire, which contains magical power and is very common. The 4-leaf grimoire, which is very rare and contains magical power along with good luck. And lastly, the 5-leaf grimoire, which is the singular one in the entire world and possesses a demon, ultimately comes to Asta. Yuno smiles warmly at Asta and remarks, "I always knew you could make the impossible possible, just like you did during our childhood." Then we are taken back to their early years, where Yuno was quite sensitive and would cry over minor things, and Asta would consistently assist him and protect him like an elder brother. Then one day during their childhood, Sister Lily narrates to Asta and Yuno the tale of the first Wizard King. They listen to the tale of how, once upon a time, an immensely large and extraordinarily powerful demon launched an attack on the entire world, causing widespread destruction everywhere. Sadness and despair spread all around, but then, quite suddenly, a young boy arrives and saves everyone. This boy possesses a 4-leaf grimoire, and he battles the demon for many long days. Ultimately, the boy triumphs over the demon and restores peace and happiness to the world, becoming the first king, the most powerful magician in the entire world. After attentively listening to the captivating story, Asta and Yuno make a resolute decision that they will both aspire to become wizard kings when they grow up. Later in the evening, father hands Yuno a letter and requests him to deliver it to a man residing outside the village. Asta offers to go in his place, but Yuno firmly insists on going by himself. Yuno reaches the man and hands over the letter. It's quite late and Asta begins to worry about Yuno. On his way back, Yuno is confronted by a large man who forcibly takes his cherished pendant. Yuno pleads with him saying, "Please give it back, it's a keepsake from my parents." The man chuckles and says, "Silently escape from this place, child, or I'll be forced to end your life," which terrifies Yuno, causing him to cry, feeling utterly helpless. However, at that very moment, Asta arrives and seizes the man. The man hurls Asta away, but Asta returns and seizes him once more, yelling with great intensity. Yuno simply observes Asta and ponders why Asta persists in battling when he is aware he cannot overcome the man. Despite being gravely injured, Asta refuses to surrender and continues to hold on firmly, shouting with determination. The man reluctantly returns Yuno's precious pendant, realizing that this young child is no ordinary child, and he leaves the pendant there and departs. Asta collapses there. Yuno rushes to him, tears streaming down his face, and says, "I'm truly sorry you got hurt because of me." To which Asta responds, "Don't worry, I'll always stand by you and protect you, and one day I'll become a wizard king and keep you and everyone at the church happy and safe." Meanwhile, we observe a peculiar sword emerging from Asta's grimoire, and the snake is startled, suddenly asking Haga, "How did you acquire a grimoire? What's happening?" And it attacks Asta once more. He attacks, but Asta uses his sword and the snake's magical chains disappear. The snake asks, "How did you do that? Who are you?" To which Asta replies, "I am the one who will become a visiting one day." Saying this, he attacks the snake and defeats it in one go. Yuno laughs watching this, and as he approaches, he says, "Look, Yuno, I finally got my grimoire." Yuno tells Asta, "You saved me once again." "Asta, do you remember the promise we made in childhood?" When Yuno hears Asta, he asks, "Is it possible for me to become a wizard king even though I'm so weak?" Asta replies to Yuno, "Absolutely, if you put in a lot of effort and never give up, anyone can aim to become a wizard king." Hearing this, Yuno stands and declares, "Alright, I've decided that from now on, I will never give up, and I'll work hard to become a wizard king one day, ensuring happiness for you and everyone at the church." Asta responds, "This means we're rivals now," and they both promise each other that they'll work very hard and one day achieve their dream of becoming wizard kings. Asta says to Yuno, "Indeed, I remember. You might have possibly forgotten," and then both of them make a wager with one another once more like during their childhood days, to see who will become the very first wizard king. After this, we catch a glimpse of the present wizard king and observe the 9 magic knights, who are the most powerful mages in the entire kingdom after the wizard king, and their responsibility is to maintain peace and order throughout the kingdom. They each have their own squad. To join them, children are required to take an entrance examination, and for that exam, both Asta and Yuno are diligently training. Meanwhile, we see father and sister Lily heading to the master of the Green War Tower. And father asks the master why he included Asta's name along with Yuno's for the entrance exam even though Asta can't pass that test. To which the master replies that Asta showed him his grimoire and requested him a lot to send him for the entrance exam, so he did. Father asks the master what exactly is the grimoire that Asta has and whether it is a real grimoire or not, to which the master tells him, "I can't tell you much, but yes, because of that grimoire, he will have to fight a big battle in the future." Father starts requesting the master regarding Asta. He's weak and doesn't even have magic, so he shouldn't be sent to the entrance exam, to which the master replies, "Could it be that you don't want to send him because if he passes, he'll leave here and you'll miss him?" The father blushes a little and starts making excuses. Sister Lily also realizes that the father secretly loves Asta a lot. Meanwhile, we see Asta and Yuno racing back to the church, and it ends in a tie between them. Asta asks, "Quickly, tell me who won," and Max says, "Yuno won." Asta responds, "The race isn't over yet. Whoever enters the church first will win." He was about to enter the signature, but then Yuno used his magic to throw him far away and won the race. At night, while sleeping, Asta was also saying in his dream that he would become the Wizard King one day. This guy is crazy about becoming the Wizard King, which makes Max angry at Asta. The next day, Asta is training again and Max comes to him. Asta asks, "What happened?" Max says, "You're a fool." To which Asta gets angry and says, "Did you come all the way here just to say that?" Max tells him, "You don't even have magic. How can you even think you'll pass the Magic Knight exam?" Asta says, "Now I have my grimoire, and now I will definitely pass the Magic Knight exam and one day become the Wizard King." But then Max interrupts him and says, "Be quiet. Every time it's Wizard King, Wizard King. Don't you understand that dreams of people like us who are poor and weak don't come true?" To which Asta approaches him and shouts, "They definitely do. If you truly desire your dreams and work hard with all your might, then whatever your dream is, it will definitely come true." And for the first time in his life, Max realizes that Asta isn't such a big loser. At night, Father prepares a very nice meal. Because tomorrow Asta and Yuno are going to the entrance exam. Asta is very happy and Father calls Asta over and says to him, "Look Asta, even if you fail, don't be too upset. Just quietly come back home. We are always with you." And Asta responds, "Will you say the same thing to Yuno as well? Or are you just saying it to me?" To which Father says nothing because he knows Yuno will easily pass. It's just that Asta has a bit of a challenge. Asta tells Father, "Don't worry, I will definitely pass this Magic Knight exam and then I will become the Wizard King and come back to marry Sister Lily." But Sister Lily silences him with her water magic. The next day, Asta and Yuno are about to embark on their journey. Everyone wishes them the best of luck and says goodbye, and Max says, "There's no need to say goodbye today. He'll be back soon. But yes, if somehow you pass Asta, I'll believe that people like us can dream too, and then I'll also work hard to become a Magic Knight." To which Asta replies, "Then be ready to work hard." And then Asta and Yuno set off towards their destination. Sister Lily also feels a bit sad as Asta leaves. After an extensive and arduous journey, Asta and Yuno ultimately arrive at the location for their Magic Knight entrance examination. Who will succeed and who will not? We shall discover in the subsequent part. That concludes this segment. I will upload the second part as soon as this video receives 70 comments, so please make sure to leave a comment.